sports. It's in the game.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. We're here at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course today. Frank, this golf course is set in the Midwestern part of the United States, but when you play here, you almost feel as though you're being transported to another continent altogether.
Yeah, it looks like a links golf course. Obviously marvelous views of Lake Michigan, but already hosted in its short time 2 major championships. The PGA Championship back in 2004 where Vijay Singh won, and of course 2010 when the victor was Martin Kaymer.
First tee in a major championship, the PGA Championship, always some butterflies. Frank, you know that. You've been there. You've been in contention. How about this first shot?
Well, that bunker on the right side of the fairway, that's the one that really sticks out and grabs your mind's eye. It's a good line. If you can just draw the ball off that, it should be ideal for the second shot.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Just a couple of feet. 1 under early in the round. Frank, how about the par 5, 597-yard second hole?
They give you a chance here. If you can hit a long drive down the left side, it starts to open up. But even a drive that finds the fairway down the right side, you might think it's okay, but chances are you can have a blind second shot.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Now to the first par 3 on this golf course. It's the third, about 188 yards.
Yeah, big green with lots of undulations, and it moves the ball from that right side towards the left, towards Lake Michigan. But club selection, important here.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. For birdie. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Frank, this golf course is hard work, no question, but every once in a while it allows you to stop and just soak it all in. It is spectacular.
It is. In one respect, it's an enormously long golf course at 7,800 yards. But then if you look away from the landscape itself, it's truly beautiful. Oh, that's fine.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, what are we looking at here with this approach shot to the fourth?
Well, just like a lot of holes at Whistling Straits, with the water on the left, if you're going to err anyway, you err on the high side.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, you don't see holes like the fifth here at Whistling Straits all that often, do you?
Not just the shape of the hole, the length. Pete Dye has managed to put both the length and the design of the hole together to make it brutally tough, but at the same time, strategically brilliant.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. It's that sneaky distance.
Oh, that hurts.
You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That.
Right there. Boy, this would be nice, Frank. I mean, you talk about jump-starting a round. If he were to make another birdie, boy, he'd really have it going in the right direction.
You can sort of feel it too. People around there know. I've seen the birdies to this point.
Hole number 6, and another scenic view off the tee. It's a 409-yard par 4.
Yeah, the hole is well bunkered around the 300-yard mark. Ideally, you want to have that tee shot just short of that. Then it's not too hard a second shot.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy. This looks like it's going to find the target.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Frank, you think he can do it 4 in a row?
No.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. On the 7th tee now, and a tricky 221-yard par 3.
If you have a look at the way in which Pete Dye has designed this hole, you can see that the green shapes away to the right. So if you can bring the ball in from the left, it's certainly desirable. Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. That will be a great look at birdie.
Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. Back-to-back birdies and 6 under par. Well, this one has a chance to be really good. It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, the swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what about this downhill shot off the tee and the idea that you just want to sort of let that ball run toward the green down the hill?
Well, Pete Dye just gives you so many different looks throughout the front nine of Whistling Straits, and this really is the first example of this. Plus the swirling winds that are created by that sort of tree and mounding on the right of this green. Quite spectacular.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the ninth?
It plays a little downhill, so it's going to play a little shorter than its distance.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Strong approach shot here at the ninth. And a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
So stays at 6 under with that solid par putt. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Oh, I liked that.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Now, as they say, 300-yard drive, one shot. Miss a short one, also one shot.
And that's painful. And he's putting for par now. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. 645-yard par 5 11th. They call this hole the sandbox, and hopefully, Frank, you're not picking up the shovel here.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're reaching this par 5 and 2, then you don't belong on this planet.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, there really is nothing in America quite like Whistling Straits when you consider that it looks like an old seaside links course, and yet it's in the middle of America. It's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of landscaping there that wraps around Lake Michigan, so that's what gives it that links-like feel. But then it took a genius of an architect to build in 18 phenomenal holes that match the environment.
That's a nice approach shot. It's about 15 feet away. A good chance for a birdie. This is a 16-footer.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. That birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par. How did that not go in?
Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. You know, 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Now at 5 under for the round. Frank, the previous hole, we took out the sledgehammer. Now at the 12th, we'll need a scalpel, it looks like.
Yeah, at 163 yards, you wouldn't think it's very long. But really, the problem is the green. You can pitch the ball in the middle of the screen, and still it can kick over. So be very, very aware of the mounding and the undulations on this green.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. On to the 13th, and this par 4, Frank, they lovingly call cliffhanger. How do you deal with these 402 yards, Frank?
Really, you got to pick a spot down the left side. Even where the rough isn't really such a bad line. Keep it down there, let everything kick to the right, but you have to avoid missing right here.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Rich, I thought he could get this far.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. Now to the par 4 14th. It is a dogleg left, about 396 yards.
Yeah, it really narrows up around that 300-yard mark. So this is another hole, really, where you don't need a driver. But somehow you've got to get that ball in the fairway. Remember, 250 yards only leaves 145 in.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McILROY now on the approach shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well in the red figures at 9 under for the round. Ready to go here at the 15th tee, and by the looks of it, Frank, we should have brought the swimsuits and some sunscreen.
It's very picturesque, that's for sure, but don't get fooled by its beauty. This is an absolute beast at 503 yards and sets up a very, very tough finish to Whistling Straits.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Well, all right, now we're on a little bit of a run. 2 straight birdies. Frank, as you know, the finishing holes at a major championship can make even the world's #1 player buckle under the pressure. How do you avoid that?
Well, with a good drive to start here, there's a series of bunkers that start about 300 yards down the right side. You'd like to start your tee shot on those and maybe work it back towards the fairway to get a little bit more run and make this hole reachable.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards.
Second shot.
I like the looks of this one. Well, bring the hammer, why don't you? Setting up an eagle opportunity. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh, dude, that's an eagle. All right, Frank, you want to win a major championship? 250 yards, 17th hole, trouble everywhere. Hit your pants up and get it going.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, quite a finishing hole, and that's as it should be. This is, after all, a major championship.
Well, you can see why Bubba Watson, Martin Keimer, Dustin Johnson have played well here. This finishing hole requires the long hitter's best tee shot, preferably just a little down the right side, because that's the safer side to be.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, this is money time. The approach shot here at 18.
Well, there's that carry over 7 Mile Creek. That's the biggest problem. So this long iron hit into this green, got to take plenty of club to make sure it finds its target.
Good looking shot right here. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Getting set now over the putt. 13 under on the day. Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.